shield. You don't want to mess with the shield.
Okay.
You really don't want to try to take the shield.
Okay. Hey,
I don't want the shield.
I don't want the shield.
No, I was curious about the shield. I'm not saying I want your shield.
I want your shield. Besides, it's kind of poetic. You know, you used to serve for an evil. Used to serve for an evil regime, and then you broke away and became your own man. So you know, it's kind of a
big deal.
Kind of a big deal.
Well,
And here I am. Can you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? Do I sound nice and clear and concise and pristine? That's not really salt, more like mild criollo, mild añejo. Yeah, one of those, this was okay, but it could have been better kind of things. I did. I saw the whole thing. To the Captain and the Winter Soldier. Good shit. That was a genuinely good transition. That being said, what the fuck was Sam trying to tell us with that speech? Because that speech was the most nonsensical shit I ever heard. Okay, but how do we fix it, Sam? Just fix it, though. You're putting your words in his mouth. You know he didn't actually say that, bro. That's the problem. No, you are literally putting your words in his mouth, though. That's the problem. When the character has to stop the whole show for 5 minutes to tell me the point of the show, I feel like the show didn't quite land it the way it should. But we'll get to that when the episode actually starts, though. We'll get there when it actually begins. Take your time, do your work. I am patiently waiting. I'm trying to find more news about games because, man, fucking nothing happened this week. Oh no, yeah, that we gotta talk about. That was important. I am also gonna be talking about the Mortal Kombat movie. Save your money. Oh, you haven't seen it yet. My bad. No spoilers, but are you paying for that? Don't pirate it. It doesn't disturb it. Dude, it was. Let me put it this way: the baseline was the original movie from 1997. That cheesy, over-designed schlock that still remains dear in our hearts. It couldn't even get to that point. It is beautiful, but they couldn't even get there. That's the part that kills me. Well, you'll see it yourself. Let's just say there's a reason it's so divisive. Yeah, except my opinions, because my opinions are facts. Yes, they are. Who's gonna prove me wrong? Not you. Exactly. Therefore, I'm right.
Here we go. Wait,
Wel-
where is he? Here he is.
Welcome, one and
Hello.
all. Welcome, all nerds of the internet, to another exciting episode of The Ravens Flock. It is the last
Hello.
Saturday of the month of April as we head into the next month. Still in the middle of spring, I'm your host, Jose Casabona, also host of Wrestle Rewind. Joining us live via Zoom meeting is the host of Los Amigos Play, the guy who just got through hacking and slashing through corporate buildings, is Angel Mendez.
I was distributing the goods for the general populace. The goods were body parts, and the general populace was me.
Yes, indeed. And joining me on my right is the host of the Black Files and also the man that puts in the man hours between for the crisp, clear, quality content that we put out on the Ravens Flock every single week, Mr. Juan Arouse.
Thank you for that intro, Jose. Howdy, folks. You probably heard us bullshitting earlier. We are here to spread the word, spread the good news, talk about geek culture, talk about pop culture, talk about cosplay, talk about video games, movies, TV shows, everything that you like, pro wrestling apparently. We're going to be here. We're going to be like totally weird about shit, and you're going to be used to it because you love us.
Yes, indeed. And folks, if you're watching right now through YouTube,
Yes.
hit the subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all of our weekly content. And of course, if you're watching through our YouTube and Twitch channels respectively, leave your questions and comments on the thread below, and we will answer each and every one of them during the duration that we are live.
That's right. We're here for the next 90 minutes to have some fun with y'all. Fun is allowed. Fun is encouraged. We're here to try and just enjoy ourselves because this shit's crazy.
Yes, it is crazy, but you know what? That's perfectly fine because
This
then
stupid thing.
Stop doing that.
No, it's no. I tried to remember. Okay, cut me a break.
All right. So it's
These
all right.
gags.
It's all right. All right. So let's go ahead and get started, folks. But yeah, you know, as Juan mentioned earlier, yes, pro wrestling is part of the things that we talk about that's nerd related because hey, we have nerds that like wrestling. You do. I
Yes.
do. To a degree, Angel does.
He's more interested.
I enjoy the good old ultra violence, and if it happens to be surrounded by theatrics, then that's just all the same out better. You notice?
Of course. And there is
Holy
an
cow.
audience. There is a nerd audience out there that watches wrestling. But of course, when it comes to pro wrestling, the first thing that immediately pops into everyone's mind by default is, of course, the WWE. Of course,
Yep.
the WWE
Yes.
is a growing multi-million-dollar publicly traded company that has his hands on every project that involves entertainment, not just professional wrestling, but also in every aspect of entertainment. We've discussed enough in detail in the past about how they have a chokehold on the third-party contents from all of their wrestlers, but they also are involved in other projects. They have their own films. They have their own line of films, animated movies.
They have a music. They had a music label, SmackDown Records, for the express purpose of licensing their own like professional wrestlers as entrance music.
Yep.
Which
Jesus.
is crazy. Meaning that like if you play anything, like if you play the glass shattering of Stone Cold Steve Austin, you better believe they're gonna come knocking on your door and with their hand out, and you're gonna have to pay them a couple bucks.
Pretty much.
They're stupid like that.
And of course, they also have a current deal with Peacock, where they now have all their network exclusive content. Yes, even in the past, they have an extensive library that's now available on Peacock. And so,
Hey, very nice.
with everything that they have their hands on for entertainment, you're probably asking yourself, how come there isn't an anime?
No
No, I
one's
think so,
asking
right?
that.
Well, too
No
bad.
one's asking
I
about
am.
that.
No, I am. I'm asking that right now. Why don't we have a wrestling anime?
Well, too bad, because we're getting it.
What?
Oh,
Why?
Falcon.
In a recent report, the WWE content is now coming to new WWE content is coming to Peacock. Oh wait, hang on a minute. This is not it. I'm looking for Crunchyroll. Come on.
Yeah, okay. Like shit, you not. They got together with Crunchyroll. Freaking Crunchyroll.
Here we
I gotta
go.
look this up. Hang on.
All right, Yep. Oh, this ain't it.
Off of comicbook.com, no, comicbookresources.com. WWE and Crunchyroll team up for an
Bullshit.
original anime series.
Yes, indeed.
We were making jokes about this years ago. What the fuck?
But now it's coming to fruition. WWE is teaming up with anime streaming giant Crunchyroll for an all-new anime series, though details on the project remain under wraps at this time. Let's see here.
What
The news comes in the
fuck?
aftermath of a call amongst company investors, and it's unclear if the anime will be completely original or if it will draw upon the incredible library of the WWE characters at the company's disposal.
Oh my god.
No!
This is going to be ultimate muscle ball with real life people. Where somebody called Vince, he owes us a paycheck. We were discussing this years ago, and that son of a bitch heard us somehow. I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of hyped. I want to see this, but also, wow.
But also, why?
Now,
The
this-
real question, why?
Now, this
Why
can
not?
work, and there are WWE superstars who are known nerd anime enthusiasts, including the members of the New Day, Big E, Kofi, and Xavier Woods.
Was
Xavier
the-
Woods.
Of course
the
they would.
Bootio guys.
Yeah,
Those
the
fucking
Bootios guys.
nerds. Of course they would get into this.
Also, a former Raw Women's Champion Asuka and former WWE Champion, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles.
Wow.
Yeah, they are
We literally
weebs.
got the weebest character. Of course. I mean, we should have known. Of course.
No, what do you call
damn
it? Like, wasn't isn't what's his face? No, not Sheamus. Who was I thinking of? No, not Daniel. Fuck. No, there were a bunch of weebs in the WWE. What's
yeah,
her
no.
face? Becky Lynch?
Yeah,
Wasn't she
Yes.
like gigantic weeaboo of doom?
she was. Yeah.
I was going to
is.
say Xavier Woods, but we said that already.
We've already
One of
said
his
that.
fucking things before he joined in a group, when Xavier Woods was on his own, he had his fucking his tights themed after Power Rangers, and he had
Nice.
blue wristbands, which should remind you of a certain super fucking Saiyan like whipping the shit out of people.
Wow.
And when he's about to fucking
Wow.
like power up for his next move, he would shout, "It's morphin' time!" So yeah, there's some weep shit going on up in
There
this.
are some weep shit. Now, on the one hand, this is new grounds, and new grounds.
This ain't
equals-
Newgrounds. Newgrounds is dead.
And well, I'm talking about new territory
come
and new
on,
territory.
man.
I went there.
Yeah, I know you did. And new territory equals excitement. Because, hey, I can't wait to see how this turns out. But at the same time, this is also the WWE. And let's say they're
Royally stupid.
they're royally stupid when it
Yes.
comes to their entertainment content that has nothing to do with live wrestling.
See, in a perfect world, they would just throw the money at Crunchyroll and let them do their thing. But you can't really trust Crunchyroll much to do anything nowadays by themselves, especially considering what happened with certain recent projects of them. So honestly, I don't know what's going to happen because on one hand, we got the management of Crunchyroll, and on the other hand, we got Vince.
Vince McMahon, who is a major fucking idiot, but on the other
We
hand, he
are
has other
juggling
people who aren't idiots.
Which one is the worst of two evils?
Now, this
Yeah, like
project.
which one is the worst of two evils?
Yes. Now, this project was announced during the quarter.
The quarterly investor
the
call, which
quarterly
is on
investor call.
Thursday.
Yep. According to Nick Khan, here as a quote from him, he's one of the corporate executives of the WWE, the
Nick
president
Khan. Who the hell is this?
the
Nick
president of the WWE says a
Oh, shit.
multi-episode anime series will be airing on Crunchyroll streaming platform, and I quote, "As we continue to expand WWE's brand beyond the ring, we remained focused on developing the slate of original programming from WWE studios. We sold a multi-episode anime series to Crunchyroll, which is now owned by Sony."
Hang on a second. Let me turn on the lights. It's getting a little dark in here.
Yeah, I
we
was gonna
go.
say because last week, like you went like pitch black. It like okay, so are you going to lead Hacksaws us through the show?
Crawling in my crawl.
So it does.
Yeah.
So I guess it makes sense to make this kind of announcement during the earnings call, as because usually around this time, this is where
That's-
where the WWE report their numbers, and they also talk about what the hell we're gonna do with our money.
Yep. This is also, if you remember last week, we were discussing the whole bit of them like, oh, they fired 10 fucking wrestlers that folks were saying that they
dropped
weren't.
a bunch of talent.
That folks were saying like, oh, well, these guys aren't drawing any money or whatever. This actually comes hot off the heels of it. May I talk about Mickey James?
Go right ahead.
Do you
Go
remember how?
ahead, man.
Do you remember how I showed you last week the picture of the beautiful Mickey James, the veteran wrestler who has been in and out of the WWE for years? You remember I showed you a picture of her?
Yeah. She looked fantastic even on her time.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, there was some bullshit that went down on this, so you better believe that like after her firing, so you better believe that the WWE is trying to press every sort of public announcement that they possibly can to get their attention away from this. Go ahead,
course they
Jose,
are.
and pull up Mickey James's Twitter profile if you would.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
hang
boy.
on a second, guys. Hang on a second. Let me pull it up.
This should be good.
Okay, you're gonna love this, Angel. I know you. I know that you've got Twitter, so go ahead and look her up. Mickey Mickie.
Let's
James.
find out.
All
Mickey
right.
James Aldis. This shit went down last week before their quarterly.
All
earnings.
right, here we go.
Mickey
I
James,
found the
Mickey
tweet.
James.
Can I read the original, please? This is such
There's a lot
bullshit.
of Mickey James here. So you're gonna have to.
All right, I found
it's-
it. Don't
it's-
worry about it. I'll send you the screenshot.
Well,
but this was
please
dated.
do.
But this was dated on April 22nd.
The same day as the conference call. It says, "Dear Vince McMahon, I'm not sure if you're aware. I did receive my WWE care package today. Thank
Oh
you.
shit.
Hashtag always blessed and grateful. Hashtag women's wrestling matters with a kiss at the end. And the picture that she
Damn.
shows, I kid you
I
not.
just sent it to you on Messenger.
Go ahead and
Alright,
pull it
let me
up,
check
Angel.
that.
Go ahead and pull it up so you can see it.
Give me a second so I can open up this. Jesus, how many tabs do I need for one thing? Give me a second here. All right, there he is.
The care package.
Wow.
Yeah. You see it? It's a picture
Wow.
of a trash bag in a box with a duct tape label with the name Mickey written on it. Got
Jesus
this.
fucking Christ.
It was such bullshit.
It
It's
was-
basically like her belongings and some stuff that they wanted her to have as they fired her. And you better believe that got everybody royally and righteously pissed
Did
off.
they honestly
And
think this was not going to backfire in the worst way possible?
And it reached to the point where even the top executives got involved. Triple H addressed
Oh.
an issue, addressed the issue about this, and he took immediate action. Wrestling Inc. has reported that the WWE has fired Senior Director of Talent Relations Mark Carano, who was the
damn.
guy responsible. And he and
So
yeah,
yeah.
They issued a public apology. Stephanie McMahon issued a public apology. Vince McMahon hasn't said jack shit.
he hasn't said
he's
jack
old.
shit. But Triple H did tweet it out on the same day of the firing. Upon learning of the disrespectful treatment some of our recently released talent received on behalf of the company, we took immediate action. The person responsible for this inconsiderate action has been fired and is no longer with the WWE.
Oh! Okay,
Damn.
Angel. One little thing. I know that
Damn.
just to put you into perspective about who this guy Mark Carano is, he has been in the in like the office world of the WWE in talent relations for ages. He was there when CM Punk was fired. He was there
Wow.
like trying to like wasn't he the one who was trying to convince Punk to wrestle while it was in on vacation or something, or what was
Yes,
that?
Mark
Yeah.
Carano was getting away with a lot of shit, and after his firing, a lot of professional wrestlers who used to be part of the WWE were coming out with their own stories.
It's so ridiculous.
course.
So you better believe that the WWE is trying to grasp any sort of news they can to distract people from the fact that, oh wait, by the way, we still treat our wrestlers like monkeys.
Like
Yep.
even after they're no longer our wrestlers, we still consider them subhuman scum. Like, okay. In the age of the internet, how in the hell do you think this is a good idea? Like this, anyone with a working brain would go, okay, here's her benefits, put them in a box, mail her, wash our hands, we're done. This was premeditated. Some douche literally thought this would be a good idea. Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
The company whose reputation now drags through the mud like a child with no legs is going to show up and start giving the middle finger to people who are no. This is far stupid. This is what we consider by normal standards a violation of common sense.
However, Mickey James seems to be taking it well. In a recent tweet, she actually addressed the situation and put out this story. And I quote, "I would like to address this one last time. Then we can all move on. I have so many amazing things on the horizon. The last thing I desire is to have any of that tainted with ugliness and negativity. I take zero pride or joy in the fact that someone would lose their job ever, especially someone I considered a friend. I am confident that Vince and the McMahons had no idea that this is how we were sent packing. It hurt a fragile me much more 10 years ago when my belongings arrived on my doorstep, because WWE was my everything. I've grown as a woman and a person as much as we all have in the business. I am stronger today than I've ever been and smart enough to know that it wasn't a deliberate attack on me. However, the symbolism cannot be denied. I am sorry that a thoughtless and tone-deaf act would cost anyone their job. But I am not sorry that I had the courage to ensure it will never happen to anyone else moving forward. So if that's my final mark in this company moving forward, I am okay with that. When I first started in this business, one of the best pieces of advice I received was, just leave the business better than you found it, kid. And that has always been my ultimate goal. I love you all so much. I am legitimately grateful for my time at WWE and and throughout my whole career. I am looking forward to everything that is next. I truly hope you are too, and perhaps you will join me. Sincerely and humbly yours, Mickey Laurie James Aldis.
Okay, this bitch has got class. No, dude,
very impressive. Handled that very nicely.
Yes.
God, you see why I got the hots for her. You see that not only is she
This
like a
man
total babe,
stands.
but she's got class. She's a classy woman, and I'm just like, mwah. Okay, yeah, she did everything right on this bitch. She did everything right in this.
She did everything right, and the WWE did their part to fire the people who were handling these type of procedures following the releases of talent. And
I'm just,
I
I'm
know,
just losing my head.
I know,
This
we
fucking guy.
we can't discount the possibility that the McMahons did and Triple H didn't know about this.
Of course they
But
didn't
still,
know.
Wow.
You got to remember, these are the bozos that don't know what the hell is going on under their own roof.
Yeah.
They just tell people to do shit, and they expect them to do it well when they realize they hire assholes.
Kind of makes you wonder. Wonder about the communication in the upper infrastructure.
Oh, there is no communication. There's the left hand, and then there's the right hand, and then there's Triple H with a hammer to break both hands, and Vince McMahon handing him bigger hammers every day to break even more hands. That's the communication.
But thankfully, not everything is sour in pro wrestling. Well, this part can be debatable. This was just earlier reported by Jim Ross, a play-by-play commentator from All Elite Wrestling.
That would be good old JR to you, Angel, as in the man who gave us the Oklahoma man in the cowboy hat with the barbecue sauce,
Yes.
who gave us, by God Almighty, as God is my witness, he is broken in half.
That man has been torn asunder with
Why,
the grace
thank you
of
for
the
that,
divine
Shoeshine
upon
boy.
my witnesses.
Why, yes, actually, I would be honored to shine Jim Ross's shoes.
All
that
right.
man is a fucking beast.
Now, Jim Ross says that apparently AEW will be releasing an aggressive touring schedule soon, meaning that they're going to be going back on the road. On the latest episode of the Grilling JR podcast, Jim Ross talked about AEW going back on the road for live shows for the first time since the COVID-19 pandemic started. AEW has found a home at the Daly's place in Jacksonville for the past year, but according to Ross, they're aggressively ready to hit the road and have fans attend their shows in different towns.
On the road again.
Yes, from Jim Ross. We're making some changes. We're adding more content sooner or later with a new show. We're getting our schedule back together. Looks like we're going back on the road pretty aggressively in the beginning of July, and getting back to a live audience is a blessing. I can't wait. It'll help everybody's work. It just can't help but feed off the adrenaline of the audience surrounding you. Now, recently...
Nice. Very nice.
Yes. Now, recently, AEW hosted its first ever non-televised live event at the Daly's place on April 9th. It's called The House Always Wins. But they also announced in March that plans to travel to Boston, Massachusetts, Rochester, New York, and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania has been moved to later in the year. Though it's unclear if those events will be affected again. But yeah. They apparently AEW is planning to go back on the road as early as July. What do you guys think?
Color me
With
genuinely surprised.
what do you guys think with the current climate of the pandemic, with the vaccine being distributed, like the current circumstances? Do you guys think that July is too soon to go back on touring?
On one hand, I would say yes, given the fact that even though the vaccine is currently being spread, it does not guarantee safety. Fucking stupid vaccine, if you ask me. But ultimately, we're also seeing that people are perfectly fine with basically going the other way. Otherwise, theaters would not be succeeding as hard as they are right now. Seriously, some films are revitalizing the economy of the countries they come from with how much attendance they're getting. So I like to think that they have enough fans that would basically listen to common sense and keep themselves protected and still go see them. At the end of the day, people will do whatever it takes to get back to something similar to normalcy. So I think this could work. I like to think this could work, but I may be over optimistic here.
Well,
How are you, Juan?
I get where you're coming from on this, and I want to believe. I really want to believe in the worst fucking way. I want to believe so badly that we can get back to normal. If there was any sort of display on this, we would need to actually gauge to see how folks are reacting after WrestleMania. That was 2 weeks ago, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we need to see exactly, like, because they hosted WrestleMania as a 2-day live event with people, with attendees, and they had it with social distancing and spacing and all this good jazz. So what we need to do is we need to use that information for anyone who's either vaccinated or masked up or whatever who attended, and we would need to see if we could use that as like as a paradigm for what we can expect other folks going to live wrestling events or other live sports or entertainment events, what that might incur, because it could very easily give us another spike of outbreaks, of another spike of people catching and spreading the damn thing. Because you got to remember, and this is something that is plainly obvious, people are fucking idiots.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
There's no getting around
on the
that.
bright side, though, if nothing else, though, we know that the vaccine is being properly tested because we are the test subjects.
I'm actually on my second week after having taken my vaccine. I was one of the few who took the one shot, the Johnson & Johnson. Yay.
So did I.
Oh, yeah, I got the news from it earlier today. Congratulations, dude. So in 2 weeks' time, if you haven't grown an extra eyeball somewhere, I guess you'll be okay.
I'll be fine. Stars.
Not
Go
again.
on, Juan.
But
I'll be fine.
like, that's really, like, we need to gauge that with folks in these live events, and this is like testing ground to find out if, like, how soon we can actually get people to come to live events again, or to be able to hang out with each other or be social. So we have to be patient. We have to see and wait this out. July sounds like it's close, but you said that's the beginning of July or end of July?
No, at the beginning of July, and JR went and commented more on his podcast. I expect an amazing atmosphere, and that's going to help everybody involved. We feed off them. I'm sure AEW will be releasing their schedules soon. I've actually seen it. It's very aggressive. It's very exciting. Hopefully something for everybody to look forward to. It just makes the show better. Business will pick up essentially when we're back on national television in front of a live audience. There's going to be an awful lot of live television. I know where my Wednesdays are going to be in various locations around the around the USA. What about the UK? What about Canada? What we look to go there? Of course, we would. Hey, what's wrong with you?
You said that he feeds off of them? JR says
We feed off them.
JR says we feed off of the crowd.
Bro,
Wow.
not one. Not
God
Give us
damn
your
it, I knew
delicious
it!
nutrition.
Zombie JR! No!
Oh, God.
No! How dare that barbecue sauce!
Damn it. No. I was trying to
It was
finish
so
here.
tangy
Hang
and
on. Let me
tasty.
finish the quote before you blow up. All right. Of course we would. But COVID still got to play. You still got to play by the rules. So they're being cautiously optimistic from what JR is saying. They're planning ahead with a schedule, but because COVID is still a thing right now, they're being cautious about this. And we have to give them credit. Since the beginning of COVID, AEW has been handling it intelligently, and they've been handling it pretty well with their on-site testings and isolating people in hotel rooms in Jacksonville.
We also have many cases of things actually working out slightly more or less for the better. We have had several cases of locations and people getting together in places and no, there was no slightly. I want to believe that there has been more progress than that, because otherwise there will be a hell of a lot more infected people than there are right now. So ultimately, I like to think that it can still work out, if only by virtue of the fact that as long as the people pay attention, it should work. But like I said, that's just me right now.
No, of course. It all,
Stop.
Thank you for that.
What the fuck?
Well, personally,
Not again!
all right. Well, hey, listen.
Stars.
All Elite Wrestling has not let me down. Okay, I have every confidence in the staff of AEW. I have every confidence in how they're handling the situation with COVID, and if they're doing it right, and if they are planning ahead, like strategically planning ahead,
Like
then-
they should.
like they should, I think it'll work. I don't think they're going to have full attendance if they go back on live touring. I think they're just going to have people, much like WrestleMania, have an audience at a limited capacity.
I suppose it would be the best of both worlds because ultimately people are thirsty to get back to reality. It is something they are desperately longing for at this point. So
like, we just got to be smart.
Difficult.
We just like we have to be smart. We have to be careful. We're doing everything right as far as the Ravens Falcons is concerned. We've got basically everyone on our team that we know of who's still in the country has taken their shots over here. And we're happy about that.
Every member of the Ravens flock has been vaccinated, and I am happy for that. I'm very happy.
we are virus free and death alive still. For that which is death may never die.
All
What?
right, so folks, what do you
What?
got? God almighty.
No,
Don't worry about it.
What the fuck are you
Don't-
babbling
don't-
about, Angel?
Angel,
Don't
don't
worry
give
about it.
one night terrors, please. Don't do it.
It's still
I give
daylight out
date.
there.
Exactly. I am Dayman, defender of the sun.
What the fuck? All right, so folks, if you're watching right now, what do you guys think? Do you think it's too soon for AEW to go back on touring? Are you going to go attend one of their shows? Leave your questions or comments right now, and we'll answer them because we're going to go ahead and move on to some exciting things, my friend.
Yes, we are.
Yay.
Like we're gonna go ahead and move on to something inspiring,
Yeah.
something noble.
Yeah.
I'm going to, and I hope you'll allow me to take the lead on this one real quick.
Weapons
It's not
free,
this
bro.
yet.
Oh, okay.
By the way, it's not this yet. It's something beautiful.
All right,
It's
go
something
ahead,
that
go ahead.
can only happen once in a generation. I'm talking, of course, about the glory that is the Josh fights.
What the fuck?
Yeah. If you're
A
looking at
long
the screen
time
right
ago.
now, folks, this little message on like Facebook Messenger last year started it all. Someone by the name of Josh Swain created a messenger group with a bunch of other guys who also had the name Josh Swain. I'm actually reading this off if you aren't able to see this, Angel, but if you look at the if you know the original, you'll see.
Yeah.
You're
I
probably
remember.
wondering why I've gathered you all here today. Another Josh saying because we all share the same names. Precisely. On April 24th, 2021 at 12 p.m., meet at the coordinates latitude 40.8223286, longitude negative 96.798202. We fight. Whoever wins gets to keep their name. Everyone else has to change their name. You have a year to prepare. Good luck.
Now, we thought this was just going to be some dumb internet joke that would come and go like so many dumb internet jokes come and go, but no. To our very pleasant surprise, the vast majority of them did show up at the retired address with a bunch of foam bats and prepare to engage in Josh Infinity War.
This was actually this is the Josh Endgame.
Josh Endgame.
Okay, like in
All
celebration
of that
of the
for a drop of foam.
in celebration of the Josh fight, I'd put up a fucking meme of my own. It's not really a meme, but I put up a picture from Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater of Big Boss, Naked Snake, facing down against the boss. There will be no victory, no defeat. The survivor will carry on the fight. Whoever survives this fight will inherit the title of Josh. And whoever inherits the title of Josh will know a life of endless battle. It was beautiful. It was so dumb because people were actually like remembering the meme coming and going as the months went by. And as we started paying closer attention, there were countdowns. There were people trying to place bets. There were people traveling. Lo and behold, the originator of the Josh fight meme, the original Josh Swain, entered a Reddit board, which was a r// Josh fights or whatever. Let me pull it up because I actually had K-Storm send it to me.
God almighty.
No. I had K-Storm send it to me here.
No, I know that. I'm just like, I guess
No,
you
because
either
there were very important updates on this.
Well, yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
Josh Swain battle is the subreddit. Important. I am Josh Swain, and here are the official details of the event. See you soon. Hello, my name is Josh Swain, actually. Almost 1 year ago, under a spell of pandemic boredom, I made a group chat of all the people on Facebook that I could find with the same first and last name as mine, and challenged them to fight for the right to keep this common name. This is a complete joke. And I have posted jokes to my Twitter before, but when I posted the screenshots to my Twitter here, the internet ran with it and ran with enough endurance for you all to remember a year later. I'm going to paraphrase on this. So basically, he had to move the coordinates away from the original, which was on some poor old dude's farm in Nebraska. And they
What the hell's going on over there?
Yes, exactly. And they moved it to Air Park Green area, which was in Lincoln, Nebraska. Not the Bowling Lake Park, as other people have suggested. The original fight was meant to be only amongst those whose name was Josh Swain, as in the first and last name. So, the original Josh Swain fight, that was going to be determined in the form of a rock paper scissors match, elimination style. So whoever ended up with rock paper scissoring at the end of that wins the official Josh fight.
Oh God, this is stupid.
Keeping the name Josh Swain. The second half is the one that you're referring to, Angel, where we had between 75 and 100 guys named Josh, just Josh, whatever, it doesn't matter. And they would
Dangerous amounts of Josh.
And they would all partake in a pool noodle battle royal. Just noodling with each other, just pimp slapping each other with gigantic foam pool noodles for fun.
That is
for science.
dumb
For the
shit.
lulz. Dumb?
Por
You
la
call it dumb?
ciencia.
I'm going to show you how dumb you think this is. Here, as a matter of fact, I'm going to zoom the camera in on you, Jose.
Oh
so
boy.
you can see.
I guess you either get it or you don't, and I just don't get it.
You don't get
Well,
it?
I'm sorry that okay, so please, our beloved listeners, understand that our friend Joe is a very goal-oriented person. He does not pursue the ephemeral understandings of nature because he's kind of stupid like that.
Kind
please
of.
forgive him. He will it's okay. He will
I've
understand
lived with the guy.
one day. He will understand one day. I believe in him.
I live with the guy. You call this dumb? Look at this.
What the fuck, man?
Look, it's so beautiful. It's so
I told you,
beautiful.
bro.
The rack
It
amount.
is a man's romance to find a reason to fight.
Oh my God! All because they're named Josh.
Yes.
Yes.
And yes, I'm
Yes.
intentionally moving the image to cut your face off, Jose, but it's still high enough so that only Angel can be seen. Over. Nope.
What the hell, man?
Nope. I'm not letting.
Yes.
Nope. Ha, take that.
Yes.
Take that, Jose. You're going to lean over to the other side.
You
Nope.
deserve this. It's okay though.
Okay, I'll
One
be
day,
nice.
listen. Sometimes a man has to fight for reasons that may seem nonsensical and stupid and idiotic and brainless. And maybe they are stupid and nonsensical and idiotic and brainless. But does that make those reasons any less valid?
No, it doesn't. Though you know what else
Do you know-
is? Oh wait, hang on.
do you know why?
Before, yeah, go ahead,
No,
show
do
it
you-
off.
do you know
Juan.
why?
Why?
Because at the end of this, only the noblest Josh could be a victor. And I kid you not, the winner of the battle royal was a child named Josh, who was only 4 years old. They hoisted him upon their shoulders. Everyone chanted for little Josh as he was the victor of the pool noodle battle. Complete with No, you know what? No. You're over here trying to ruin a moment, Jose. So you know what? No, you open your mouth. You eat that Dexter Loomis.
No.
You eat it.
No.
You eat it. You
No.
printed it. You eat it. No.
Children, please.
dare you.
We are not here to squabble. We are here to celebrate the fact that
All right,
the
all
most
right, all right.
unlikely of
Silliness
underdogs,
aside, so we have a
the
winner.
smallest child with the biggest heart and the shiny Burger King crown
Yep.
was the one who survived amidst the foam-induced carnage of countless Joshes. And he stood upon a pile of their dead and broken bodies as he claimed his absolute dominance
He was.
over the procedure.
And he's
For
sporting
that
the
is the
AE
law of nature.
and he's sporting the AEW World Title. Oh my God!
No, take. I don't know if you've
Dude.
seen it, Angel. One of the pictures have him with his big, gigantic red pool noodle, the
Yeah.
Burger King crown down on his face because he's too small, and he's hoisting up an All Elite Wrestling World Championship belt for kids, hoisting it up in the air as the champion.
Oh my God! Okay.
By the way,
Okay.
even the Burger King official account got into it and went fit for a king.
Beautiful.
Okay, you know what?
Like-
You know what? All right, you guys proved me wrong. Just because I don't see it, that doesn't mean I don't understand why everybody else likes it.
Like
Do
that's
you
like.
think he will understand?
Do you know what this actually like represents, Jose? This is one of those few beautiful moments of a meme becoming reality, an internet meme becoming reality, and it does so clearly tongue-in-cheek, clearly for fun. No one's out there trying to kill anybody for real, and we need more pure and wholesome shit like that.
You know what? You're right. We do. We do need more wholesome shit because, hey, listen, internet memes are all over the place and they can be polarizing. Some memes are good, some memes are bad. I'm just glad that, you know, this, like something positive, it did come out of it. And yes, we do need fun in our lives because
Fun is allowed.
Because even though things are looking a little bit brighter in our future, unfortunately, there are a couple things that are going to have to be postponed. Now, this is more for our local Florida audience watching. This was 5 days ago, but we might as well mention it now.
Yep.
An official statement from the convention managers of Anime Festival Orlando.
AFO.
Yes.
One of the veteran conventions in Central Florida here.
We understand you've been eager to hear updates about the upcoming AFO, and we appreciate everyone's patience with our team. We want to ensure that AFO is safe and fun for everyone in our community, and we're not confident that we can guarantee that kind of experience in June. Therefore, we've made the difficult decision to move our dates to June 24th through the 26th of 2022. Thank you for understanding. We were looking forward to see you in 2021, but now we're excited to see you in 2022. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out.
That's a fucking bummer right there. Like you said, we do need good
That
news.
is unfortunate.
Yes.
Yeah, we could use a little something to get our spirits back up at these stressful times as it is.
Yeah, because despite things moving forward and despite all the fun that we're having, you know, like there are still a couple of events that have to be pushed back for the sake of everybody.
That's
Gotta play
true.
it safe, even if you don't want to. Actually,
Yes.
hang on a second. Can I lift this chair a little more? There we go. That's a little better.
Don't break it, man.
Oh.
You just got that chair.
I was actually thinking of giving this to my little brother and getting myself a good old-fashioned office chair. Honestly, yeah, office chairs just work better for me.
Okay.
All right, if
I'm
you
just
say
used
so.
to it.
But
Of
hey,
course, there's nothing wrong with that.
But hey, you know what? On the subject of things looking bright, on the subject of fun things, let's go ahead and, you know what? Let's do it.
Go ahead.
Yes, let's talk about it. Let's get patriotic, folks. Let's talk.
Not even patriotic. Let's get busy.
Let's
Let's
get
get down to
Get
business.
American.
yes. And the only way to do that, and if you're gonna get American, you need to do it in style.
You go ahead.
And I, being the leader of the Ravens flock, know a thing or two about style.
Dig this, clowns.
You do
Check
realize
this
he
out,
kinda-
folks.
You know, I just realized something. He
Watch out.
technically looks like a Polaroid opposite of Sam Wilson.
Almost.
Close enough.
Here we go. Here we go. Put this over there for now, and
Hey,
That's how you do
there
it
we
right.
go.
yes.
That's what you do it
Feeling
right.
fancy.
If you can't,
Not
if-
quite as fancy as the vibranium one, but we had to work with what we could get.
Hey, man, it's all about keeping the spirit alive. And yes, folks, we're going to talk about the season finale of Marvel's The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
oh god.
Yes.
Okay.
Or actually, no. I think you mean Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
You know
Yeah,
what?
that's
You
what
are
I'm saying.
absolutely right. But before we talk about it, folks, if you're watching it and if you haven't seen any of the episodes yet,
There was one spoiler right there.
yeah,
The titling.
there are spoilers that we're going to be
Yeah,
talking about.
We're just gonna
So,
talk all the shit we want here. It's
Yeah.
happening right now.
so if you don't want to hear any of the spoiler information, then go ahead and tune out right now, or rather, yeah, just tune out for a little bit and come back in a couple minutes later. So
Please.
let's
Go watch the show and then come watch us.
Yes, so let's go ahead and get right to it. So this season only had 6 episodes, but 6 episodes was enough to tell this awesome tale. I love it from beginning to end. I love Sam Wilson's let's pick a part of it one by one. First of all, I want to talk about it because it looks cool. The new cap suit from Sam Wilson. Come on, let's get it
is,
out.
It is the most accurate they have ever been when it comes to their comic book counterparts. This is genuinely one of the best design, accuracy-wise, one of the best costumes they could have come up with. Also, I'm going to assume that thing is made of vibranium or enlaced with vibranium, because otherwise stopping that truck would have fucking destroyed his arms.
No, you're
I'm going
probably
to
right.
assume vibranium is involved in there at some point.
Like, you got to remember the new Captain Falcon, Captain America suit that was gifted to him was created by the Wakandans for him. So maybe there's vibranium lacing in it. Who knows? Not sure. Can't tell. But you know what? You're probably right. Like reinforce like joint areas or whatever. Reinforce with like fabric vibranium. Maybe.
Because even with the jet thrusters of his wings, stopping a truck with his arms when we know he doesn't have the serum, that would have snapped his forearms would have exploded from the sheer momentum alone.
Oh yeah.
Vibranium had to have been involved.
The other thing
I'm
that
going to assume that
with when he's in flight and the wings are outstretched on shit, he ain't a Falcon at that point. That's a fucking American bald eagle right there. It's
glorious
beautiful.
and shiny.
It's beautiful. Okay.
All right. Now let's get into the discussion. Let's go. Let's.
Can I talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Can I? All right. Because you're about to say you're over here monopolizing. Like I know that I was talking about the Josh fight, but like you can't be the only.
Just like an American monopolizing all the things.
God damn it! All right. So like the point is like the 6-part miniseries event or whatever. It was beautiful. It was bombastic. Of course, there was discussions about like, okay, a black man becoming Captain America, which is something that's been discussed in the comics as well. Like people like trying to crap on that. And oh, hey, the Winter Soldier is a psycho assassin dude, and he's got clear PTSD. Even though he's been healed from like his Winter Soldier brainwashing, he still has PTSD.
You never heal from the pain.
No, what is it that he said in Civil War? When Tony was trying to strangle, do you even remember them?
I remember all of them.
All of them.
He remembers everyone he's ever murdered.
Unfortunately, no amount of therapy will cure the fact that you've been a puppeteer of your body puppeteer inside your own body for 70 plus years, and you are forced to remember every single person you killed. I don't know how good his memory is. He probably has forgotten a few of them based on it, but yeah, no, there's like the psychiatrist was helping him essentially keep on living, not get himself healed.
Yeah. But one of the things I want to talk about here is throughout the entire season, the character progression of Sam Wilson, how he started and how it culminated to him finally becoming Captain America, finally accepting the shield.
Like it's
while
fucking
dealing
crazy.
with the immense responsibility that he once ran away from, as he felt himself somewhat unworthy, both by his race and because, well, Steve represented a very lofty ideal. In fact, the inability or the attempts of people to live up to Steve's ideals is one of the running tenets of the series, if you think about it.
It is.
Or what he represented.
It like I even like mentioned it while while our buddy Jody from Jody's Corner, the beautiful big bearded man over in California, like he's like I even mentioned it over there on the chat. It reminds me of, I know I made Metal Gear jokes, but it reminds me of folks trying to interpret the will of the boss, and you have Zero and Big Boss.
That's
both
pretty
fucking
good.
It
That's
up.
pretty good.
They both
That's
fuck it
pretty
up.
good.
And everyone trying to live up to this loftiness that Steve Rogers lived by, even though he was a flawed man himself. He was supposed to be a man who's willing to put himself aside for the sake of others. But when the chips came down to it, in Civil War, he risked everything, and he risked the safety of others for one man.
He is ultimately human, and he is also capable of being selfish and making bad decisions with consequences that haunted him for quite some time, if I recall.
But folks don't look at that. They only look at what he's done and what they project onto him. And that includes, of course, like the discovery of the character Isaiah Bradley, the very first black man to be a Captain America, and the story that they laid out was like fucking tragic because he was thrown in jail by the military for over 30 years for the same thing that Steve did. He disobeyed orders, ran away from the base, and went off to go save his fellow soldiers who were captured.
Yeah.
Question. Refresh my memory here. Did he succeed in saving those soldiers?
Yes.
Or did they die?
He succeeded.
But unfortunately, we can't have a black Captain America in those times. So guess what, buddy? You're going to Negro jail.
And it was
they actually played that for the genuine tragedy of the fact that, yes, it was a genuinely unfair, cruel treatment. And that actually compounds on the main problem with Sam and with his counterpart, John Walters.
Johnny Walker.
Sorry. Yeah. On one hand, we got Sam, who is essentially going, Steve was my friend, but I don't know if I can live up to him. Also, I'm not sure if America is ready to accept a black Captain America. And on the other hand, we have John Walker, who knows that he's not a good man, or rather, he's not a perfect man, but he knows that he's a good soldier. And as we saw in the previous, I think it was episode 3 or 4, he confessed himself that he doesn't feel like he has what it takes to live up to it, but he wants to try. Remember when he went to the school and he started downplaying himself? I like to believe that humility was to an extent real. He genuinely did not believe he may have been as much of a good man as they expected to, but he really wanted to live up to that idea, if only for himself, before everything went really fucking badly for a while.
Oh, yes. And that's something next I want to talk about, John Walker and his transition from becoming the next Captain America to eventually becoming the U.S. agent from the comics.
Folks, real quick, for the record, can I just take one moment? Can we give Wyatt Russell, the actor who played John Walker, can we give him a proper golf clap on this one?
Yes, he deserves it.
Holy
honestly,
fuck, I hated this guy.
I might go as far
fuck.
as to say that I may go as far as to say that I genuinely enjoy his arc more than Sam's. Listen, I'm not gonna be the sourpuss and say that I hated this show. I'm just gonna say I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. Personally, while I did like the fact that they brought back Isaac, I feel like Sam's stressing over his own Sam's stressing over his own skin color falls a little flat in a world where War Machine exists.
Kind of. But
I understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, in the world of Marvel, I feel like racism might be a slightly, it might not be as prevalent on the grounds that A, we already have seen plenty of black superheroes that help save the world. B, an entire nation of Africans help save the universe. And B, bro, we underwent a cataclysmic galactic alien invasion. I'm not saying it's going to change the nature of humankind. I'm saying it genuinely should not be as prevalent as they try to make it out to be here. At least at this point in the universe.
That. No, I totally get that. And I totally get what you're saying. What you're saying with that, okay, why are we worrying about race when we literally had half the universe snap out of existence? And I totally get that. The issue with that is that if you look at one of the themes, the arcs in the story of Falcon and Winter Soldier, is that with everyone being snapped back into existence and everything going back to normal, the governments of the world are trying to reassert their power, and that brings back a lot of the old nasty hang-ups that come with it, including the advent of systemic racism and institutionalized marginalization of people. That's why our bad guys, the Flag Smashers, are they're that's another interpretation of the boss's will, trying to make the world one. We're trying to
terrorism for the sake of destroying all borders. Destroy and destroy until there's no borders left.
Exactly, and it's messed up because on the one hand, and Sam tries to even talk to the girl Carly, who's the head of the group. He's telling I get what you're fighting for, but I cannot approve of the way you're fighting. He's are you fucking kidding me? You're buying into this patriotic shit. You're buying into the old ways of these governments. You don't know what they had to go through. You don't know what they did. Child, you don't know what they fucking did growing up. Hello? Growing up,
he literally says, I get it. I'm from the deep south. You know what the best part is? I wish Bucky had just looked at her and gone, bitch, please.
Well,
yeah. Well, here's
Bucky,
the thing.
Bucky was more there for smash and action.
Yeah,
Sam was the one who was trying to have the conscience.
We have to remember.
Yeah,
go on.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say the only one who was trying to make sense and who was trying to help this girl was Sam. While every other character in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier are basically telling Sam, no, that's not a good idea. No, there's no saving her. But Sam
kill the bitch.
But Sam was the only one trying to hold on to some form of hope.
Which of course made it all the tragic when a returning character pops a cap in her ass.
That would be Sharon Carter.
Sorry, do you mean Traffic? No, that was hilarious, and I hope that she emptied the whole clip on her face.
I wouldn't say tragic. I wouldn't say tragic. It's more. It's not such a beautiful thing is now gone. No, it's more tragic. You see the child she's trying to fight. She's trying to fight Captain America. And trying to beat his ass down with the shield and trying to be no, you fight back, damn it. And she's so convinced that she has to resolve to violence when he's refusing. He's no, I'm not going to fight back. We gotta fucking see reason, fucking knock it off. like, and there is that glimmer of like, okay, maybe he can get through to her, and the tragedy is more like she fucking gets gunned down.
She's gone.
Yeah, like, and killed.
To be fair though, nothing ever awaited her. At this point in the show, how many innocent people has she killed already with absolutely no remorse?
She's killed a couple, which obviously isn't acceptable. It's more the
Remember that
like
time she set a whole bus on fire with people inside just to make an escape?
Well, hang on. Let Juan make his point, please.
No, you're
Please
right.
go ahead, Brian.
No, you're right. She was like so inured with like the fact that the only response that she could get with was violence. He was trying like fucking crazy to snap her out of that. And there's the possibility that he might have succeeded. He was close before. He was trying like hell to like show like help her get her out of the aggression, get her mindset out of that. Say fucking sit down and fucking talk it out. But Sharon Carter pops her in the fucking jaw, like unloads on her and fucking kills her.
So,
and yeah, in any other situation, it's the sort of person that like, okay, if they're not going to stop, you have to stop them. But on the other hand, it's that like. Well, Sam was so close last time. Maybe
it was fucked up. Like, oh shit, there goes a chance of actually trying to get her over on our side.
Not even over on
Or
our
not
side.
over on our side, or try
I
to
don't
like
feel there was.
have her see
This
reason.
is one of those situations where there is no good ending, no matter which way. If he manages to convince her to stand down, nothing but life in prison will await her for the rest of her life. She has too much blood in her hands that she voluntarily took with absolutely no regret. And in fact, fucking Walker called her out on that when she just goes, "I'm sorry about your friend. I didn't mean to kill people that don't matter." And he interrupts her. "Oh, so Lamar's life didn't matter."
Lamar's
And
life
she
mattered.
And she has no answer to that before he runs in and starts laying the WWE smackdown on everything that moves.
Like that's the
And
other
I gotta say, I'm impressed with how well they handled this particular arc, because I won't lie to you, the moment that his character got dishonorably discharged, I'm like, okay, he's going to go 100% antagonistic right now. And to my surprise, he didn't. That was genuinely one of the best bits of the writing. That
was good.
When he's briefly split between like avenging my honor or protecting the innocent, and he jumps to the other side without hesitation. That made me see that, hey, wow, you got it. There might be a good person in there somewhere.
Yes.
Like that was actually genuinely nice. I liked that.
Yeah,
It's that the whole bit of it was when he fucking murdered the other flag smasher
Oh, yeah,
with the
no.
shield. No, the next episode after that, it starts with him running away from the scene. He throws a shield down after he's like hidden, and he's seriously having a mental PTSD moment of
Yeah.
like, oh God, what have
Holy
I fucking
shit.
done? Oh God, this is wrong. And then he tries to snap himself out like, no, this is a mission. They're bad guys. I kill bad guys. No. And like, he's still trying to wrestle with that.
He's the
you can
perfect
see
soldier.
literally-
Guys,
You can see the soldier mentality like imposing itself. Like he reacted exactly as a person would when they kill somebody in the heat of passion, and then the training reasserted itself. It was genuinely impressive. How they did it
to
there.
sum him up in basic forms, he is not an evil guy. He is the perfect soldier, but he is not a good man.
That's why. That's where we got Captain Falcon up on this bitch.
And
He's
that's-
not. He's like he doesn't have the super soldier serum. He doesn't have like all the
Yes.
like beautiful aesthetic qualities that you had on there for Steve Rogers, but Sam Wilson is fucking Captain America, like
He is worth it, I
invariably.
think.
Yep. And
Oh,
yep, Sam Wilson is Captain America. John Walker becomes the U.S. agent, and maybe next season we'll probably get a different shield for Walker. Who knows?
Who
And
knows?
Baron Zemo once again gets away with it like a smarmy fuck.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
his
oh,
role in all this was
by
freaking awesome.
the way, this dude that was living in a modest-looking home in the Civil War movie turns out to be he was actually quite a rich baron, which makes sense because how else could he get the resources to arrange what happened during the Civil War movie?
Well, of course,
It's obvious that Zemo had some money, so it turns out that no, he really was a baron, and he just had essentially, kept his family on a nice secluded location that just happened to be in Sokovia, and Iron Man decided to try out his new AC/DC remix album, and the heat of the mixtape was too fire,
And
burned
everything
the whole
else
thing down, and yeah.
Everything else they say is history. But yeah, we all knew that he was like at some point they had to bring up the whole Baron shit because hey, you got to keep some sort of accuracy to the comics. In
Yeah.
the comics, he was Baron Zemo.
Yeah, also, we need a proper antagonist for the next Captain America movie.
That being said, I will nitpick just one thing. I wish we would have gone a little bit more in depth with the Winter Soldier. I like how they showed the part in Wakanda where they're trying to help him with his mental conditioning. That was good. I liked how they did explain that he's trying to make amends, or rather, he thinks he's trying to make amends.
But he's really just trying to get himself out of guilt trip. For himself.
And I like how
can you blame him? How do you make amends from something like that?
You can't. So in the end, I like how they finally showed him go face to face with the dude from the first episode, whose son,
the old Asian dude, whose son he killed without meaning to because he was Winter Soldiering.
Yes, and I like that he went through with it, and he had to accept it, and he accepted the consequences, and that alone is powerful. So so I take it back. They did go a little bit in depth with the Winter Soldier. I hope they explore more.
Likewise,
and I know one thing that's getting people perturbed or whatever the fuck, and I know that this is a one nitpick or I guess criticism that you had with the season finale here, Angel. That would be basically after Captain America and the Winter Soldier wound up fighting and defeating these guys. The freaking government dudes are all like, oh hey, so we're going to go ahead and continue with this thing. And we've got a fucking speech from Sam Wilson basically saying guys, do you see what these fucking crazy people did? They got themselves juiced up on superpowers to try to stop you from doing this shit. You need to come up with a different solution. You need to come up with something better because you don't want to see what the next person is going to do to try to stop you. Because if this is what this one girl was willing to do, she managed to get a whole movement of people around the world to support her. You don't want to see what the next Carly Montesquieu or whatever her name is. You don't want to see what the next one's going to be like because they're going to be even worse. You got to do better. And the way you do that is you have to remember that these are people that are desperate, that are afraid, that these are people who are living in fear, just like you guys did tonight because these guys were here to fucking kill you. Put that in mind instead of your political leanings or financial or whatever the fuck. And remember that you're here to help with the people first.
Because yes, Angel,
that's the thing. Juan, you said it better than what the actual episode said.
Okay,
you condensed it nice and short. I wish they had gone with your version instead.
Yes, because at the end of the day, Angel, you are right. Yes, what they did was acts of terrorism, but before they became terrorists, they were people.
I understand. You know who else was people?
Who?
All the innocents they blew up in that food shelter.
Yes.
Here's this is just a personal bias. I love morally gray villains every now and then, but about the moment when you start basically attacking innocent people that have done nothing to you, I'm gone, bro. I'm genuinely gone. And I wish that they have condensed that speech, make it one paragraph shorter, and I'd be behind it. As it felt to me, it just felt like, hang on, we gotta stop the show so we can tell you what the lesson of the show is, kind of thing. I get it, but I felt like it could have been delivered better,
Okay, fair enough.
A little more concise.
No.
That being said, you know what? It's only fair that I ask this question.
Go ahead.
Because Juan, you clearly are the one who enjoyed this show the most of us all.
I did too.
Well, yes, but Juan is the one that has the passionate style right now. So
I'm wearing a cap shirt.
Yeah, but I've got the words.
Yeah, because see, you're the Walter to his Wilson right now. So what bothered you about the show? What did you not like about the show?
Okay, bit that got me really on it was the reveal of Sharon Walker. Sharon Carter. Jesus, sorry, this whole Walker of Sharon Carter being the bad guy, being the power broker.
Yeah,
same.
So power.
And that they wound up saying okay, Sam kept his word. He got her a full pardon from the government and allowed her to return to America. And even working with what was it, the FBI or CIA?
CIA. She's back in the Pentagon.
She is Agent Carter once again. And instead of shedding her life a crime that she led in order to survive, because when you're on the run, you need to align yourselves with dirty people in order to not be killed. And that includes having to deal dirty shit. Instead of her trying to reform or whatever, we've got to you know what? Super soldiers may be off the menu, but now I've got access to all this government tech. We're gonna funnel this shit and make a buttload of money.
See, one of the issues with the series,
your great aunt, Sharon Carter, Peggy Carter would slap you in the fucking mouth for this. The bit that kind of gets me come the fuck on, Sharon. What the fuck?
Steve would be disappointed. and this is what I feel like. This is like my genuine flaw complaint with the Falcon and the Winter Pigeon, is the fact that for certain drama to happen, we have to ignore previous established movies. Okay, so we are suffering from a lack of resources, and we got a lot of people. Did we forget that Tony Stark invented a new element and a source of unlimited energy? Why are we not using that to literally improve this world? It doesn't matter if he's dead. We have Bruce Banner around. Where the fuck is Bruce Banner?
Bruce Banner can't touch that shit.
He should try it. I mean, he's a fucking super genius. Point in case is, we have something we can work with here. Second, that issue with Miss Carter. We issued a full pardon to all the remaining Avengers who were alive during the events of the snap. And another one for the ones that came back. We know Sharon Carter was alive during that time. Why didn't any other Avengers came through and went, hey, I like to put in a good word? Why didn't Captain America go, hey, guys, listen, I know shit's bad, but my girlfriend, Sharon Carter, is on the run. Can we get a pardon for her too? Because if she really helped me out and she doesn't deserve to be on the run.
Holy shit! We've had people on the chat this whole time.
All right,
sorry, you go ahead.
Sorry,
no.
The last thing I have to say that genuinely bothers me is the drama between Sam and his sister for the lack of money.
Yeah,
bro, Sam should be fucking loaded.
But apparently, avenging doesn't pay the bills.
Avenging doesn't pay the bills. They made that clear.
That's stupid. He has a job as a government contractor that allows him to maintain his incredibly delicate and expensive tech. Do you guys have any idea how much money a government contractor in his position makes?
Loads. But so
Let me give you an estimate.
Let
me give you an estimate. It's 5 figures a month. That issue with your sister and the boat, that should have been solved by episode 1 of him just going. But let's not forget, Sam lives by himself in a relatively modest house/apartment, which means that he doesn't spend much on himself. Even if you pound in the costs of his extremely expensive technology, which, by the way, is not a problem anymore because apparently Wakanda can just give him that shit, the dude should have no money problems whatsoever at all. So I feel like that drama was there for the sake of, we got to pad this episode and we need a reason for the main character to be sad.
All right, well, we'll get back to...
No, I get what you're saying on that. It does feel like the drama's a little bit off balance. I'm going to go ahead and answer the chat over here real quick. Yours truly, Billy, and our friend Noro Otaku's on here. Yours truly, Billy, was saying,
how are you doing?
Hi, I missed last week's stream, sadly, because I was busy. What did I miss? Fucking typos. Controversial question. PC or consoles? I used to play on consoles, so I switched to PC. That was the main reason, and I couldn't be happier. Angel is part of the PC master race. We're still on consoles.
We're still on consoles because we enjoy console gaming.
But then again, so does Angel. If you look behind him,
nothing wrong with consoles. I still have my consoles. I'm not gonna throw them away, but I recommend you seriously consider going to PC. Right now, the companies are simply not doing right for their customers with consoles. The consoles are getting bigger and more expensive, and the game collections are getting smaller and smaller. I went to GameStop today. The PlayStation, for example, the PlayStation shelf in the PlayStation 3 era, it used to be 2 shelves. For PlayStation 4 is 1 shelf, and for PlayStation 5 is a quarter of a shelf. Wow. Right now, your best option is to go to PC, get yourself a good pre-built rig, or make it yourself if you want to. You'll get far more options, far better deals, and okay, fine, you need internet, but at this point, everybody has it. So if you got a console, keep it. But if you want to upgrade, go to PC. It's the way.
What other comments has he mentioned?
All right. It also said he didn't care about spoilers. Nora saying, hi, guys. Back from my 2000s memories of my high school years. Holy shit. I know that. And it says, cool, guys. No need to apologize for seeing the chat late. Yeah, no, we were kind of caught up in the heat of discussion and stuff.
Yay, we're cool.
Our burning patriotism blinded us to what we were seeing.
It's all right, because you know what? Despite what we think, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier was a huge success, so big that right now, Captain America 4 is currently in the works. Reported by different sources, including IGN. A 4th Captain America movie is in the works, with The Falcon and the Winter Soldier creator and showrunner Malcolm Spellman co-writing its script.
Which is funny because we've also had other reports of Chris Evans wanting to return for another route as Steve Rogers here. So is this going to be like a flashback of him, or is he going to be old Steve Rogers? Are we going to have Sam Wilson and Steve Rogers fighting for the Shield this time? Are we going to have what is going to happen? What?
As we know, Sharon has basically become her own Hydra.
Yeah.
wasn't there a subplot about Captain being brought back as a Hydra agent only to turn out to be a Skrull?
Oh God!
Something like
Ah!
What if we
that'd be more
use this to
Secret Invasion
introduce the
stuff.
Skrull? What if we do this? What if it turns into that? What if Captain America 4 is literally called Secret Invasion? I mean, Captain America films are based on espionage. So, what more espionage than a Secret Invasion with clones and shit?
Holy
Think
shit! I
about
didn't
it.
think of that.
Like,
That would be cool.
Sam could have his own personal Virgil. Sam versus not Captain. You're not worthy of that shield. Stars and stripes. Oh yeah, by the way, cool point that Sam he basically used the Stars and Stripes move during the final fight. That was pretty cool.
That was
beautiful.
pretty cool. All right.
I mean, they could do it. It could happen.
They could, yeah. No, and
We got a wrestling anime with Crunchyroll and WWE, my man.
Fucking
Everything is
apparently.
possible right
yes,
now.
anything can happen in all aspects of entertainment.
Ow.
And speaking
My
of,
face hurts. I smile too much.
it's all right. But
That
on
ever
the
happened to you guys?
huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
Ah.
like right over here, in the jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn,
But
I've
now
had
we're
that
gonna go
Fuckers are
ahead
making
and
me have fun.
yeah. But now we're gonna go ahead and shift gears over to another form of entertainment that we all so universally enjoy. That would be video games. Angel, I've sent over a lot of information for you, so go right ahead and address away, my friend.
Why don't you go ahead and start off with the, as you named it on Twitter, the video game journalist mode, if you would. Go
for
ahead.
Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so as we all know, Sony has not had the brightest reputation as of late. In a twist of the usual formula, just like the development cycles go in cycles, Sony has taken the foot of Xbox as the guy that can't stop fucking up for this generation. The increased cost and the near impossibility to find a PS5, lack of games, problems with the battery, the near destruction of the PS3 store until sheer angry man baby fury, thank God, brought it back. Remember, kids, bullying companies work because they fucking deserve it. And they are not enough. The point of a video game is supposed to play it. One of the things that differentiates a video game from other forms of art is interactivity, right? At the end of the day,
Exactly.
you can
It's
watch
the-
a movie
yes.
or read a book, but you cannot lose or fail at reading a book, and you do not experience failure by watching a movie.
Unless
Video
if you
games
went to
are-
unless you went to my elementary school, where if you didn't pass a reading test, they'd make fun of you for it.
Okay, no, that's education. That is exactly the opposite of video games. So
Point.
it appears that Sony has decided that it's not going to trust us with video games. Not
Apparently.
happy with making a million AAA titles that play like movies, they have decided that apparently video games have become movies. The company is apparently patenting a technology that trains an AI in your playstyle and lets it take over if you need a little help, which means that your Sony AI could play the game in your absence to complete tasks and interact with other AIs in the game.
Ugh.
Do the machines even need us anymore? Guys, I think somebody did something like this before. It was called Skynet. How did that go
Okay.
again?
See, this is the reason why they need to make Kojima an actual executive at Sony and actually have him in charge, because his ass is all about the Homo Ludens experience of the human race created and it's strengthened by play. That means that we play the games. That means that we're the ones who
Exactly.
hold the controller. We're the ones who make the experience go forward. Pass me that Wiimote. Pass me that Switch. This is ours. This means we're in control. As a matter of fact, we share the control. You see that?
Exactly.
We hold the power.
Exactly.
What the fuck is up with these people over at Sony? What the fuck is the problem? I just threw my Joy-Con down. It's
The
such bullshit.
idea of playing a video game is just that, playing a video game, having an experience in front of the TV screen, playing the games that you enjoy. Getting an
Exactly.
AI to play games for you is counterproductive to the experience.
It's
Now,
counterproductive
here's the
to the
funny thing.
identity of video games, man. What the
A
fuck?
lot of people complain about Kojima games being nothing but movies, and by God, the 24 hours of cutscenes that went through Metal Gear 4 certainly felt like it. But here's the thing, though.
Closer to 7
Um,
hours or 8, actually.
Close enough, but either way, at no point when I had to hold the controller did I feel like I was playing to a set piece. Many Western AAA titles love to do this. I think they began doing this crap with like the Uncharted series, which to its credit is pretty fun, but it was the codifier, you know, that where the player has very limited control while really cool shit happens around them. That's called a set piece. And recently, more and more set pieces have been replacing cutscenes and just plain old interactivity. Now, here's the thing about Kojima. He makes cutscenes that are longer than God's time to create the fucking firmament. But when I'm supposed to grab the controller and play the game, I play the game. I don't get interrupted. I'm being told what to look or where to go. You know what is the closest thing to a set piece we ever had in the Kojima game?
What's that?
The motorcycle escape section with the boss and Eva out of the shotgun hall.
Oh yeah, from Metal Gear Solid 3. It's an
you have
on-rail
unlimited ammo,
level.
and you're just driving and shooting. But even then, there is a possibility of failure. You're not constrained by the cutscene, and you're still playing the game. We're not doing that right now. Oh, and by the way, Sony's not the first one to do this. Nintendo did this shit first.
Wait, what?
Huh?
There was
put
a Mario.
that shit down. What are you
How
saying?
long ago?
When was this?
Many years ago. This was from the Wii U era. I believe it was Super Mario Brothers Wii U, the one where you could use a controller to create platforms. Or was it 3D World? One of those two.
That was 3D Land.
If you did particularly badly on the level, the computer would offer to take off for you, in which case a bronze statue of Luigi would materialize and clear the level perfectly. But no matter how well he cleared it, your reward would only be a bronze star. And if you
I
wanted the
remember
prizes,
that.
You
Yeah.
had to get the gold star by beating it yourself. So that worked as basically the computer telling you, okay, this is how you do it. But this is worse. For what I'm seeing on the article here by The Verge, the computer will analyze your patterns and offer to take over for you if you're busy, so you don't have to pause the game, or it will outright take over for you and beat difficult sections for you, which means that you are taking away the most important parts of the video game, the challenge and the interactivity. At that point, I might as well put the controller down and go make myself a sandwich or some shit.
Do you mean to tell me that these fuckers are trying to keep us from getting good?
They're trying to keep us from having fun.
No,
The
I refuse.
The corporations are going out of their way to take away your ability to achieve proficiency. Wow. It's worse that it's like playing Devil May Cry on easy automatic, but after a while, you're just holding one button down. So it's actually like playing Final Fantasy 15. Hey, yo!
Damn, Angel! Jesus.
But yeah, no, it really is that bad.
Don't knock on 15, bro.
How do they expect people to like this? How do they expect people to want any of this? You're actively screwing them over. Why? What is somebody's gonna have to tell me what is the purpose of this, because you're undermining everything that makes video games. So I'm kind of lost here.
Well, you have to understand, Angel, and I think we've talked about this earlier. There's always going to be a surplus. There's always going to be a group of people that will buy into this product.
No. See, here's the thing. This is like something that Sony is going to try to offer as a standard, because like I think we were mentioning earlier like the other week about the PlayStation 4 and all that stuff and everything being obsolete. This sounds like something that they would try to include as a feature for like a PlayStation 6 or PlayStation 7 or something like that. This sounds like something that they're just now in the infancy of. Like, okay, we have the autoplay function or whatever that's involved in this. I want it heard first here. I want it heard first here on the Ravens Flock. Yes,
now,
this was already reported.
This place and time as we open our mouths and bare our hearts to you.
On the same day where we had the Battle of the Joshes, April 24th, 2021, I'm predicting on behalf of the Ravens Flock that this AI feature that they're trying to come up with, if they try to place it in a next-gen console, meaning a PlayStation 6 or above, because there's no way they're going to try to patch that into a PS5 now, I bet you...
No.
If they try to announce this and try to hype it up as some big, beautiful feature of the future on an E3 or like a Sony conference, if they try to do this in front of a live audience, anyone with enough nerve, anyone with enough brains, anyone with enough balls would be booing Sony out the building with that.
It would spell the end of the PlayStation platform.
Because no self-respecting
what's
gamer,
the point?
Exactly. No self-respecting gamer would allow an AI to take over and play for them. It's fine if you're doing it like, okay, I get like because you and I have done this in the past, in like the WWE video games where we want to simulate a match or whatever. We'll set up the characters on there and let the match play itself out just for our own fucking amusement. That still requires input on your part. You create the match and you set up.
That still requires it still requires effort from your part. But this just feels like nothing more than just dull, uninteresting autopilot.
Oh, what do you call it? Nora
Jesus.
is loving this. She's saying over here, this is real life. You can't be Broly, Juan. She says, run, everyone. Juan is going Vasto Lorde. God, I need to stop watching Bleach.
Dude,
it's all good.
come on. Don't stop watching Bleach. Make sure
Don't-
you catch up,
yeah.
and when it comes back, you are ready and fresh to go for Kubo to go full Kubo. Are you ready to embrace the religion of Kobuism?
Honestly,
Kubo
okay.
is love. Kubo is
All
life.
right, so
Kubo is
to
life.
take the helm from this, folks, I really, 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 really hope that the executives in Sony are real. They really need to sit down and think again. They need to have another thought. Think about what the hell they're doing. I don't think they do enough analysis of any of their customers, of their consumers, and how they handle their experiences with their platforms, with their with their products.
You think they care about the input of their customers? What happened?
Of course.
Remind me what happened with Sony in 2014 again. Remind me what happened that year. What did they do again? Oh yeah, that's right. Sony let their entire PSN network get hacked, get user profiles like literally placed in a dumpster for people to find.
Yeah.
That's how we got the
Okay,
input
fair
on the
enough,
movie,
but-
the interview.
Okay, but
Remember that?
all right, but listen,
Women are smart now.
Juan, let me put it this way, Angel, you can back me up on this. After our
listening.
last episode of the Ravens Flock, no more than 2 days later, the Sony put out. We received news from Sony about about what we talked about the old games from PlayStation
The
Yeah.
PlayStation Store, the Vita for PS3,
and for PS3 and PS5, they're now
nope,
they're-
just PS3
for
and PSN.
PS3 for PS3 and the PSN, they're now open and they're not shutting it down.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
2
they never
days
shut
right
it
after
down.
we talked about it.
The moment they announced them, the sheer backlash that they got actually made them rethink it. So that alone proves that your voices actually do matter. As long as there's enough of them in sheer numbers, you can actually make companies change their dumbass minds. I mean, hell, look what happened to Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Oh, by the way, I read a little more about that. A little bit of information came out. The original ugly design of the Sonic was by the suits. The actual designers didn't want to make it like that. They wanted to make it more faithful. It took the outcry of the fans literally going, Jesus Christ, why have you brought my sleep demons to life? That they finally decided to change them properly.
Complete with teeth.
Yeah.
Too many teeth.
The point of all
Ah!
this, yes, and all these examples just proves a point. Enough people that if there is enough people that will reject something that they don't like, then the powers that be, they have to give in. They have to, they have to listen. They have to give in. They have to give what they want. Otherwise, they're gonna make themselves look like assholes in front of everybody, and that's gonna cost them money. Because hey, at the end of the day, the goal for a company, for a corporation, is to make money, is to make profit.
You gotta gather. I think that Pat from Pat Stares at said it best. Like, what does a company or what does an author owe you? They owe me nothing. But if they want my money, then they should give me something. I think that's what applies the best there.
Exactly. Now, on that ideology, Juan, what do you think?
Hopefully, if like I said, if there's enough people who would oppose this project, then hopefully there'll be enough for folks to actually take the conversation on this, and we might be seeing like in a couple weeks time, that Sony's canceling their AI project. Hopefully.
Oh yeah, I see that happening immediately. Oh no!
I bet we're
Ben,
going to have
you're
another
talking
repeat like last week. 2 days after the episode of the Ravens
Yeah,
Flock, we're
like-
going to get another statement from Sony.
like
Jesus.
almost immediately go. It was actually a misconstrued. It was a misunderstood statement. It's just meant to check your fucking battery or something.
I
That
know.
being
I swear to God, if this happens again 2 days after this episode, I'm going to fucking freak out. I'm going to be like, okay, we have something to do with this. We have
Speaking
something
of
to do
things
with
that
this.
have to do,
Maybe.
we are
This is not a
walking
coincidence. Our
we are
voice has
walking through
power.
the door. All voices have power if they're heard. And speaking of voices that are not being heard, as we are approaching the end of the segment and the episode, I would like to drop this bit of news that I just found out today. It's not exactly video game related, but I
Go
figured
ahead.
it would interest us because of nerds.
Thrill me.
AT&T is trying to sell Rooster Teeth off.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Okay, I know a little bit about that. Wasn't that the bit that we were seeing that Funimation is also involved in this shit, and there was this lawsuit going on? Because
No, apparently
no,
this
that
is
was different.
completely different from that. AT&T Incorporated is looking for buyers for Rooster Teeth Productions LLC, says Bloomberg.com news articles. A piece of its Warner Media mission as part of an ongoing winnowing of non-core assets by the phone giant, according to people familiar with the matter. The pandemic has complicated efforts to sell the business, said the people, who asked not to be identified due to private matters. Rooster Teeth canceled its annual RTX convention last year in Austin, Texas. And in June, co-founder Bernie Burns, who served as chief executive officer, left the company.
AKA
is
the
not
voice of
clear-
Church from Red vs. Blue.
It is not clear how much money they are looking for it. The phone company apparently has been paring assets to focus on key areas, including its new 5G wireless business, which requires billions of dollars of investment. They're also trying to expand the fiber optic footprint and boosting movie and TV production to attract subscribers to their newest service of HBO Max, now available, the new streaming service run by Warner Media. Now, as AT&T discovered with its direct satellite television, declining business are not an easy sell. After seeking a buyer for the division for months, the company decided to spin it off into a joint venture with a private equity firm, TPG. Unfortunately, and I'm sorry to say this, even before the pandemic, Rooster Teeth has been struggling. I looked up some numbers. The guys are, thank you, the guys are ready, by the way, for this information. You guys are
Ruby
fantastic.
Season 8, for example.
Revenue slumped to about 50 million in 2019 for the 70 they were earning earlier. One of the people said, this was founded 18 years ago as a web-based producer. And unfortunately, other small divisions have also been unloaded. AT&T has also agreed to sell the anime creator Crunchyroll to Sony for $1.2 billion last year. And they also partnered with its Puerto Rico phone operations, a stake in Hulu, a Central Europe media group, and nearly all the offices in New York Hudson Yards. So essentially, what we have here is a case of Rooster Teeth is bleeding money, desperately trying to make their businesses grow. So they're chopping off parts of their arms so they can keep grasping with the other. And unfortunately, it looks like the finger of Rooster Teeth is going to get snipped off. But hey, if we can buy it, maybe we can fix the script, because holy shit, season 8 was fucking
I
sad.
wish.
So because
I wish.
so because Rooster Teeth Rooster Teeth is becoming a money loser, AT&T has basically cut all ties with them.
Essentially, AT&T itself is losing money. And
when
they are basically cutting it off.
And when big corporations lose money, decisions have to be made, and they have to cut back on costs.
I wonder how many pieces Disney has already cut off of itself. It's so big, we don't even notice the difference, isn't it?
We can't. We're never gonna notice the difference on it.
Scary.
Man, it
So
does
that is
spell.
the last thing I had to say for today. It looks like Rooster Teeth might find itself stumbling in the void. Best case scenario, they might go into hiatus until they find a new buyer. Worst case scenario, this could actually dissolve the entire company if they don't have the money to pay themselves.
Yeah, this could definitely spell a grim ending for Rooster Teeth, and no pun intended.
Grim!
Oh yeah, you know what? If this might be an opportunity in disguise, like you mentioned here, Angel, what kind of crazy bullshit would it take for fans, for geeks, to try to buy out Rooster Teeth out from under AT&T? It'd be a
They
pain
might
in the
have to
ass.
crowd on this shit.
That would be crazy. That would be insane.
Wouldn't that be hysterical?
Don't forget, these are the people that once had enough money to hire David Tennant for their series. That being said, though, it's gonna be hilarious if Rooster Teeth is. If Ruby ends after this, it's going to be the most hilarious shit in the world, because it will be literally the worst ending you can possibly have into this show.
Oh,
like,
man.
I'm talking like everything is fucked beyond repair.
Damn, man. Well, I hope.
Also, that means that you guys mind a spoiler?
Go ahead. Spoiler
That
for
means
Ruby.
that-
Yeah.
Okay, you ever seen Gilligan's Island?
Yes.
Okay, but John is Gilligan.
Ah!
John
Best
is the only
ending
Saint Huntsman.
confirmed.
The series gonna flop.
Best boy wins.
Here
All
on
the girls.
Gilligan's
Confirmed.
Isle. Oh God, we're in trouble.
We're in trouble.
We're
Oh
in
no,
so much
this is
trouble.
gonna be the best.
All right.
No matter what happens, people are gonna get mad. So now I just want to see how mad they're gonna get.
All right. Well, I'm hoping that Rooster Teeth does not end like this. I really hope not, because I still like Ruby, despite the direction that they're going with the series.
Maybe so.
Yes. But that being said, I guess that's all we have to discuss today. Just to give you a preview for next week. Next weekend, we're going to go ahead and continue, and hopefully we'll finish off Metal Gear Rising Revengeance on the next Saturday's edition of Los Amigos Play. And one of the things that I will be discussing on next Thursday's edition of Wrestle Rewind, Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern, is the main event for AEW Dynamite, which is the Blood and Guts match. It is a War Games match with 2 wrestling rings, and they're confined in a steel cage that has a ceiling. The only way to win is submission or if one of the teams gives up. And it's a 5-on-5 team match. The team of the Inner Circle versus the team of the Pinnacle.
Which just goes to show you that these guys are wasting a perfectly good pay-per-view match that they could get oodles of money out of on free TV.
Dave, this was always the plan, to have it on. Near right.
That doesn't make it a good plan.
Insane, stupid ass plan.
It's an insane, stupid ass plan. Yes.
All right, any last words?
It's not really a plan. It's more like 12% of a plan, maybe 11% of a plan.
Maybe 11. Anyways,
Yes.
final thoughts, Angel.
Final thoughts for the recent changes. I enjoy Bucky and the Winter Soldier, not as much as I thought I did, but I hope
Bucky
that I
is the
will
Winter
enjoy movie a
Soldier.
bit more. I enjoy Bucky and the Winter Soldier. That's what I said.
God damn
Fuck
it.
off!
No, Captain America,
looking-
Sam Wilson. He's
I'm
fucking.
looking forward to see how they develop in the next movie and how Baron Zemo is going to be a smarmy little fuck. I hope Sony gets his shit together, but in the meantime, I continue to be happy that my glorious, nice PC is still working. And I won't
Freaking
lie,
elitist.
yes, Master Race.
PC.
I am flaunting my inherent genetic superiority over you. Get in the gulag.
The
but
fucking
I
PC
am-
gaming master race jerk.
I am genuinely curious to see what that stupid WWE wrestling anime is going to turn into. I love Ultimate Muscle, so if we can get anything anywhere near close to that, I'm down. That's all I have to say for today.
All right.
All right. So I'll give my final thoughts. Well, actually, no. You give your final thoughts.
All right. Let's see here. Give me a minute.
It doesn't have to be about everything. It could be.
No. Final thoughts. I loved the Josh fight. That was once in a generation thing, and
Yes.
I think the fucking WWE Crunchyroll anime is gonna be a thing. I don't know, but like we'll see what happens with the Sony AI thing. I like you said earlier, it's like video game journalist automatic mode. So that's I hope they don't fucking do that. And I do want to give one more shout out on the chat. I do want to give one more shout out on the chat to Nora and to yours truly, Billy. They were over here talking about PC gaming. Let's see. Angel, you broke Juan. That's Nora. And says, "Oh, and thanks a lot, Ravensflock. You made an Ichigo Kurosaki fan." Slaps
Hell
all three of
yeah.
us. Yay!
Yay!
Ichigo is bestest voice.
Hell yeah!
And yours truly, Billy, saying, it seems like I started a console versus PC war. No, that war's always been around.
It's been around. It's gonna continue being a thing. So my
It's been
final.
going for a while now.
So my final thoughts on all this is
Because I was done. Go ahead. Final thoughts.
Sorry.
sorry.
Continue here. I didn't mean.
No, I'm done. No, you're over here. Take it over.
All right. Fine.
Yeah.
My final thoughts. I like I said, I've always been hopeful and I've always been optimistic with All Elite Wrestling. I hope that they continue with their smart practices as they have been doing from the beginning of the pandemic. I really liked the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Captain America and
the Winter Soldier.
Put some
and
respect
I'm
on his name.
excited for
Black
the fourth
Captain
film.
America and the Ghetto Soldier.
Yes. And I seriously hope that this AI fucking venture thing from Sony gets rejected hard to the ground and dissolved, returned to the earth.
But the memes don't end here.
No,
We've
the
passed
memes do
one
not
on
end.
to
The memes should not end. If we have more positive, like awesome, cool meme-inspired events, like the Battle of the Joshes, then yes, I think the world would be a better place. Now,
Nice.
because I've taken away a couple of minutes of Juan's time, I'm giving it back.
Oh no, we're done. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the promos.
No, don't be passive aggressive. Come on, we're trying to be positive.
Juan. Come on, Juan.
All right.
You gotta be the man that Steve wants you to be.
You know something? You're right.
What would Sam do?
What would Sam do? He'd fly up to my face, tell me to knock it off, or then slap me with a wing.
and kill you because those things can literally crush through steel.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hey,
true.
cut that shit out. Bam! America!
All right,
Yeah,
but go
but-
on, Juan.
All right. Shoot. Yeah, no, I just wanted to give shout outs to everyone watching tonight. I want to give shout outs to all our friends, the fellow nerds of the world. Angel, how do you feel about going to Vegas?
Vegas is nice, but I'm not sure if I had the money to survive that many hookers.
Yeah,
Wait,
true.
why?
Probably not. But then again, I've got some Dogecoin. Maybe we might get lucky. There's
We might.
No, there's a convention happening in Vegas at the end of August. Our buddy Andy Signor is hoping to make a trip over there, and he's hoping to finally meet Jody face to face. We're gonna have fun, scam some bitches, have some fun,
Yeah.
drink up, and party like it's 1999 shit.
Having a good old time.
Who said you were invited?
Yeah.
You can't come. You're a square. You cut people off. No.
No, you understand.
Not
We
allowed.
have to go because we are journalists, so we have to recreate our Fear and Loathing Las Vegas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was halfway through the train.
You're
started
not
happening,
allowed.
the drugs
Actually,
began to
no.
kick
If
in.
anyone's allowed,
And
it's
suddenly the sky was filled with all these screaming, shouting critters. And I looked outside and said, "Dear Lord, what is it with all these ornaments?" He didn't realize. It was okay. He would find out soon enough.
All right.
Yep.
So, all right. I guess that pretty much wraps it up. Juan, plug us away.
Thank you very much, folks, for watching this week's live stream edition of The Ravens Flock. Don't forget, if you're watching on our YouTube channel, to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And also, one little update here. YouTube has been fucking with small creators like ourselves. Don't forget to check your settings on your YouTube account and make sure that your live notification bell is active for it. Do not forget, this is actually something I need to send you the video, Angel. This is happening live
Yes.
on Popcorn Planet on Thursday. YouTube is fucking with people in terms of their links, in terms of their notifications.
Yeah, I found that video of him. What the hell is going on with this
Oh,
website?
oh,
man?
that's some bullshit. The moderators for Andy were actually putting up plugs like, oh, hey, here's the link tree. Here's if you want to donate, here's Cash App, here's Instagram. And the Google moderator team was automatically taking those links off the chat. It was bullshit. It was happening in
Why?
real time. And it was
By the
fucked
way,
up.
don't forget, this has come with a long throwing of YouTube basically squeezing the news so tight. And don't forget, those motherfuckers can now put ads in your videos that you don't get money from.
Well, it's a good
Yeah.
thing we have a
They can
Twitch
just
channel.
do that now.
Yeah, except that Twitch is
I suppose,
twitchy.
but yeah.
Except that Twitch is twitchy when it comes to their, hey, you might have content that might be offensive. Isn't Twitch part of that initiative that they're trying to do with, like the censorship filter for like
Yeah.
for swear words and shit? Like Twitch and Microsoft are trying
Unless
to do
you're
that.
an e-girl, in which case you get away with murder in there.
So yeah, look, definitely want to give a shout out to everyone. Please check your notifications on your YouTube channel. Make sure that check your settings and make sure that your notification bell is on and that you actually get notifications from the Ravens Flock. We've had some folks not getting our live chat or like our live streams, but they get every single like standard upload that we get. So check that out. And if, like I said, if you're watching on Twitch, hit the follow button. Make sure to tell all your friends. Make sure to tell everyone in your geek community, in your cosplay community about the Ravens Flock, how we've been fighting for you for since 2013 to
making
make
it your voice our mission.
Why are you double teaming me on
Fighting
that?
forever.
You're over here still trying to keep me from talking, man. Me, how dare you? You said you were going to give me the floor.
Okay, cool. I'm helping you out. It's a team effort. Come on. If anyone...
The microphone is actually the new shield. This is how shit's gonna go down. I'm the bulky just sitting here going, man, what the fuck is happening?
All right, Juan, continue.
All right,
I
folks.
spent 70 years in Cuba as a mind brain slave.
All right, folks, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/The Ravens Flock, Twitter.com/Ravens Flock 13, Instagram.com/The Ravens Flock online, Twitch.tv/The Ravens Flock online. And once again, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Check your settings for our flagship platform, YouTube.com/The Ravens Flock, home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, The Wrestle Rewind, and The Ravens Flock.
All right,
Yeah.
folks. This has been an exciting live edition for the final Saturday of April on April 24th. Folks of the internet, we are the Ravens Flock, and we are